Comment on our Tag Raid Kickstarter videos for your chance to win Operation Crimson Stone. We'll be choosing 3 winners, one from the comments on YouTube, one from the comments from OnTableTop.com, and our Cult of Games members get an extra chance to win.
Hello, and welcome to this demo video about Infinity Deathmatch Tag Raid, the sci-fi board game by Corvus Belli. In this video, we are going to witness a demo battle, a mission that will confront 4 mining companies of the human sphere and something else. In this game, 4 players will collide in an arena controlling powered armor gear known as tags. They will attack each other while trying to collect valuable natural resources such as Tesium and Tibizor. We call these Neo-Materials. The player who collects 15 Neo-Material points before his rivals will win. That's the objective of the game. You will get these points by eliminating your rivals and also by looting their remains. The action takes place on planet Dawn, in the unexplored region of Kurland. A mining site has gained all the attention of the primary powers of the human sphere. Despite the diverse origins of the 4 mining companies involved, their messages and commands for their crews are essentially the same. Raid the area and exploit their resources ASAP. Every minute counts. Let's play a quick demo battle. The tiles and terrain have been displayed according to the mission briefing. The first step is to shuffle the initiative cards and randomly compose the activation grid. The players roll a d20 and check where their tags must be deployed. The first tag is the Sterling Forge armor, the Mechanikazak, also known as Cave Crawler. The green player rolls a 7, so the tag is deployed here. The second tag is the UA Minerals Tafang. The orange player rolls a 7. Since the spot is occupied, the player must re-roll. Now he gets a 15, so the miniature is placed here. The next tag is the Rokaworks Advanced Super Mechanics, also known as Rock Eater. The red player rolls a 17, so this is the spot where it should be placed. The last tag is the Minescorp Wartech Works, also known as Stonebreaker. The blue player rolls a 1, so this is his deployment spot. And now, before we begin the first activation, we must draw an initial event card. We pick the first event and it is 85 days without incidents, which means nothing unusual is happening, so we will have a first round without any extra conditions. The first card of the activation grid is for the green player, so the Cave Crawler now has 2 orders to spend. The Cave Crawler moves up to this crate. Empty hexagons block line of sight, so, with no line of fire to any of his rivals, the tag collects a random card from the tools deck. It is a card named Processed Cargo, and it is equipped instantly. The tag can now spend its second action to use the card. The player decides to do it, so the controller panel now shows that Sterling Forge has 5 Tesium tokens. The green player now spends another order, moves, and obtains line of fire with the Tafang. The orange tag has line of sight with the green tag, so it is allowed to perform an ARO. ARO. Every single miniature on the board can react by shooting or dodging to every order spent by the active player's tag, as long as they have line of sight with it. From this distance, the default BS attack ranged weapon known as Rattler will suffer a -6 modifier, so the orange player chooses to evade. The green tag declares BS attack with its second skill. The Rattler's shot is a miss, while the evade result of the Tafang dice is lower than its success value of 13, so the tag can displace itself 1 mark of the measuring tool. The activation grid shows that now it is time for the Tafang to be activated. The orange player spends 1 order and moves the UA Minerals tag up to this spot. During his movement path, the tag is exposed to enemy line of sight. An ARO is declared by the Cave Crawler tag, using its Rattler to shoot at the Tafang because it is in range. The Tafang has touched a crate and immediately collected a new tool, this time a rifle. Instantly equipped in its left arm, the Tafang can already declare his second skill using the rifle. It shoots back. Dice are rolled. The 2 rolled by the Tafang is a success, but gets cancelled by the 5 that the Cave Crawler has rolled. But the 5 is in turn cancelled by the 9 and the 10 of the Tafang. Therefore, there are 2 successful impacts. A saving roll is made. The damage of the weapon is 13, minus the armor value 4 of the tag becomes 9. So, rolling over a 9 will be a saving success. The results are 3 and 7. The green tag suffers 2 wounds, and that is enough to destroy it. Now that it has been destroyed, the Cave Crawler drops its loot with 2 Tesium tokens for the player who reaches the token and collects the loot. The Tafang earns 2 Tesium tokens, 1 for each wound. The green player still owns 3 Tesium tokens. the rounded up half of what the tag had when it was destroyed. The green player must respawn his tag immediately. They roll a d20 and its new location is this spot. Spending a new order, the Tafang reaches the loot token from the cave crawler, so now UA Minerals has 2 more Tesium tokens. With another movement, the orange tag reaches base-to-base contact with this piece of terrain looking for partial cover. The first order spent by the Rock Eater allows it to reach the Tools crate. A card is collected from the tool deck. It is a close combat weapon, the Tricone. With the next order, the Rock Eater moves up to this spot and awaits the next tag to expose itself. The Stonebreaker is the last tag on the activation grid. It spends an order to move towards the Rock Eater. The Rokoworks tag declares an ARO, shoot, with its Rattler. The second skill of the blue tag is pretty much the same. They roll the dice. The Stonebreaker suffers 1 impact. It rolls its saving roll and fails to overcome the damage of the weapon. It suffers 1 wound. The Rock Eater collects 1 Tesium token. With its second order, the Stonebreaker moves up to this crate and immediately collects a new tool card. The card that the blue tag has now equipped in one of its arms is the Laser Drill. His enemy, the Rock Eater tag, declares an ARO attack with its ranged weapon. Its second short skill is to use this new weapon against the Rock Eater. The laser hits, and the saving roll against this tool will have an armor value of 0. The Rock Eater suffers 1 wound, but it is still up and running. The Stonebreaker obtains 1 Tesium token for damaging the rival tag. The first round is over, and right now the tag with the most Neo materials is the Tafang from UA Minerals. Now we draw a card from the events deck to see what happens during round 2. Plata o Plomo. BS attacks cause +2 damage during this round. And this icon here means that the Mega Beast appears. The last player in the timeline decides the spot where the Stoorworm will appear. Here, facing the Tafang tag. Now, we should collect a Mega Beast event card. Toy with the Prey. The Mega Beast moves towards the player tag in the first position on the timeline, and, if in range, performs an attack. Therefore, the Mega Beast turns around, facing the cave crawler, and attacks. The green tag gets the slowed state and receives a damage 14 impact. The cave crawler must perform a saving roll. The green tag survives. The Mega Beast has been activated, so now let's go with the timeline. The green player moves his tag towards the closest tools crate. It collects a new close combat weapon, the Thermal Cutter. This movement triggers an ARO by the nearby enemy orange tag, the Tafang, which declares a ranged attack. The cave crawler proceeds immediately to shoot at the Stoorworm. Attacking a Mega Beast consists of overcoming a difficulty that depends on the face of the base you are dealing with. For the frontal arc of the Stoorworm, this difficulty is 8, so the attack roll must roll between 9 and 15 to be successful. This is a successful attack, therefore the Stoorworm suffers a wound, and the cave crawler earns a T-Bizor token. We should not forget about the Tafang's ARO, which is a normal roll, since the cave crawler focused its efforts on the monster. The dice hits. The cave crawler fails at the saving roll, so it suffers a wound. The Tafang earns a Tesium token. With its second activation, the cave crawler moves up to the Tafang and engages in base-to-base contact with it. The Tafang chooses to react to this attack with an ARO shoot. The Mega Beast can actually react to this movement, and it performs a BS attack. The difficulty value will be 8, and the damage will be 14. The cave crawler declares a close combat attack against the Tafang, so now we have a face-to-face roll involving the tags and an automatic hit from the Beast. The Sterling Forge tag receives a hit from the Tafang and also receives a hit from the Beast. It must now perform 2 saving rolls. The green player decides to activate their special ability, Tesium Plate, and increase its armor value by +3. They succeed and survive the attacks. The second player in the timeline is UA Minerals. The orange tag is currently engaged in CC combat with the cave crawler. The Tafang declares a close combat attack, and the cave crawler reacts, also with a close combat attack. The Mega Beast's ARO is to face the active figure. Dice are rolled. The Tafang hits the cave crawler. The green tag fails at its saving roll and suffers its second wound, so it gets destroyed. A loot token must be placed next to the base of the tag, then the tag respawns here. With its second order, the Tafang moves until reaching the cave crawler's loot. instantly collects the Neo-Material points and an extra weapon. The Mega Beast reacts with its ranged attack with a difficulty value of 8. The Tafang uses its rifle and also activates his special skill, Overload, that increases its burst. So with 4 dice, the Tafang must obtain rolls above 8 and below or equal to 12. 2 successful hits that immediately become 2 Tibizor tokens for UA minerals. The Tafang tag is currently ahead in the scoring with 8 Neo-Material points. The next armor in the timeline is the Rokaworks tag. The red tag moves towards the Mega Beast. The Storeworm ARO is to face the active tag. There is also an ARO from the Stonebreaker that has line of fire at the beginning of the movement. The Rock Eater's second action is to shoot at the beast. Dice are rolled. The Stonebreaker shot is a miss. The Rock Eater achieves a critical hit on the beast and collects 2 Tibizor tokens. With its second activation, the Rock Eater moves towards the beast and hits it with the Tricone, a powerful tool for close combat. The dice roll is productive and the Rock Eater obtains 3 additional Tibizor tokens. The blue faction is the last one to be activated. The Stonebreaker tag uses its special skill, Frantic, which allows it to move 2 extra segments, so it reaches up to this spot where it has line of fire against both the beast and the red tag. The Storeworm reacts by displacing itself. The Stonebreaker decides to use its second skill to use the laser drill against the Rock Eater. The Stonebreaker hits with the weapon. The Rokaworks tag fails its saving roll, so it must place a loot token in contact with its base and then remove the figure to respawn here. The Stonebreaker collects an additional Tesium token. Now, the beast is right behind the blue tag. The Stonebreaker turns around and declares a BS attack against the Storeworm. It rolls a 1, and the Storeworm has an attack value of 8. The Stonebreaker tries to overcome a damage 14 attack, and it's swallowed by the Mega Beast. No loot token is dropped. Some valuable nanomaterials are gone. The Stonebreaker respawns here. The second round is over. Who will kill the Mega Beast and collect the greatest amount of Neo-Materials? You decide! Get your copy of Infinity Deathmatch Tag Raid and experience the ultimate multiplayer Infinity Battle Royale now! Now here's your chance to support this Kickstarter exclusive game. Keep connected.
Comment on our Tag Raid Kickstarter videos for your chance to win Operation Crimson Stone. We'll be choosing 3 winners, 1 from the comments on YouTube, 1 from the comments from OnTableTop.com, and our Cult of Games members get an extra chance to win.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.